have to watch out for their spiritual development. And you realize that somebody receiving too much, this actually is true of monks too, somebody receives too much, that they become spoiled. They expect it, and it can develop kind of materialism and selfishness in them. So they're you can think of these at various levels, including a level of child psychology, and realize that the greatest gift you can give your child is not to give him too much, but by not giving him too much, you're giving him a greater gift. And you're foregoing that immediate sense of satisfaction of their excitement or something. So you're actually sacrificing something in giving your gift. So there's merit in that. Yeah. Okay, any more questions?
Bumo, the Buddha also asked the Sangha that you are not allowed to have a debt. Like that's an credit.
Oh, debt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Why is the reason that?
It's the same thing. The debt is a great impediment, I think, for anybody. I would advise that that Buddhists in general avoid debts because it gives an obligation. It's equivalent to being hungry all the time. You have some need that has not been quenched. And that need has to do with your personal security. You know that there's a debt collector who can come and make life very, very difficult for you. And so that stands over you. So it creates a kind of defensiveness in the mind, which is actually selfish. It's a protectiveness, that natural protectiveness. I think the reason is the same way the Buddha said monks should not starve themselves to death. They should not. They should keep their bodies and minds healthy. They should take care of their basic bodily needs. They should try to stay healthy. Whereas most ascetics at the Buddha's time thought that you can completely ignore the body, and that is a way of honoring the mind, that you can, and the Buddha found that it did not work. And the reason is, I think you develop a kind of defensiveness, a defensive mechanism. When the body is really being threatened with death, there's something that will rebel against that. And it will be centered, it's self-preservation, and so it will enhance the sense of self, so it will not be a pure practice. So I think it's the same with debt. The debt creates that situation where the self is kind of under attack.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But in North America and United States, it's hard to becoming like a temporary monk as well, because we are dealing with a mortgage and car loan and everything.
Yeah. Technically, if you have a debt, technically you cannot ordain. That is the rule. I think if you ordain, it's one of the requisites for ordination that they check. If somebody is willing to ordain you without those requisites, that Sieto has violated a linear rule. I think the person is still considered to be ordained because it's the fault of the Sieto, the preceptor, to ensure that those qualifications are satisfied, and unless the candidate lies about it. So usually, that is temporary ordination. Usually has to be fudged a little bit, and because people usually, most people are in debt, in credit card debt or something. A monk that ordains for life, when you ordain temporarily, that debt does not have to be oppressive. You just forget about it, stay at the monastery a week, that debt's waiting for you when you're in the lay life. So you can say that's your debt belongs to your lay self. I think it's very, very important that somebody who ordains for life, like I did, have no debt. And the Buddha intended, that's important. And be completely free financially. I know people who have come up with this problem. They have Westerners who want to ordain, they want to become monks, and yet they have student debt. And so they have, it's like, it'll take me 3 or 4 years to pay this off at least. I'll have to wait. And so it is a problem because debt is so common now.
Please explain for Satipatthana. Sarabhaya, Satipatthana, Vipatthana Daya, Vipatthana Daya, Liba, Shimpya Vipapaya.
Somebody will have to translate.
Please explain for Steve.
Okay, the
Satipatthana.
Satipatthana, yeah.
Yeah.
Four principles.
Full principle of the Vipassana.
Okay, well, it's the 4 foundations of
Four
mindfulness.
foundations.
This is a very large topic, and maybe I can make this the basis of another talk in the future, because I'll be here for a
Make
month,
it
so I can.
wonderful one-on-one.
So it's not like this is the only opportunity. So this is, this is an important topic, and so that can be a future topic. If people would like to suggest topics, it's a topic I could, it's a much bigger topic than Dana, so I can talk about it for the next 2 or 3 hours. But it's a very good topic. If people would like to suggest topics for future talks, I'll be, as long as people are coming, I'll give a lot of talks on here on various topics.
So next Saturday.
So why don't we put that aside and make it a topic for
Next week.
Next week, next Saturday.
next week or some week. I'll see what other suggestions people have for talks.
Any suggestion?
Okay, let's see, we have a chanting group, and I understand I can turn things over to the chanting group. We're going to chant 3 paritas.
Uza is
Is that right?
ไปเย็นอยู่
เอ้ยอยู่
เย็น
Yeah,
ตา
Pitato.
เย็น
Yeah.
ตาเพราะว่ามันถ้าพิตาชิ
Pitato.
ตาตาอยู่ไปแหละ
Okay, we gonna chant this.
เสียรงกับบ้านหาว่ามีเรื่อง
And has to be understood in some way. But I think there are a variety of ways of understanding. This is something in the West, there are relatively few people who actually believe in rebirth, and this actually tends to be a stumbling block. So I actually look for different ways of teaching. So it's not an easy